Veronica. I'm so delighted to be among the family of Dean and Tony, striving our challenge. I'm taking us a course on the ABU every woman need in order to achieve their 3F or their FBS. Now, you are going to ask me, what is ABU? ABU is this. It means identifying, accepting and developing our unique, beautifully attractive who we are in order to achieve our full potential, our freedom, and our full success. So that's why I call it 3F, or we can say FBS. Now, I want to give us a brief breakthrough of what we are going to meet in the course. In the course, we are going to talk about who are we, because when we know who we are, then we can be able to get the freedom we ache for, the success we all want, as well as establishing our full potential. If we don't know who we are, it's going to be pretty difficult, because life itself, the society, the political setting is not making things easy. They appear like a wave, stopping us from reaching our full potential. And we have to walk through the storm without breaking the storm. So when I mean without breaking the storm, meaning without killing the storm. But then we can only do that if we really know who we are as women, being made women originally, biologically and spiritually, because the other factor, like the social factor, are man-made. What I mean by man-made is that those values by the societies, by the culture, are all inoculated in us by humans. But biologically and spiritually, we have a link. We need to know what we are made of. Why are we this way, emotionally and otherwise, even our body physique, and to what advantage is it to us? Now, I want to bring this to our notice. Not because we are here to compare, but because it will help us. When we know our biological makeup, we'll be able to embrace what we might call, in quotes, our weakness and our strength. I don't call anything weakness. The only thing I say that it is a trait which we should know when to exhibit it. Now, this trait will help us know why is it that physically we are not as strong as male. And even at that, what can we use that to the advantage of our benefit, to our families or our dear ones, as well as to the society? In the ancient times, we have multiple women who, of course, they are not physically stronger than men, and they did a lot of achievement. Like example, the recent one, let's say the Queen of England, who defeated the Great Spanish Armada. Now, we can also talk about the Great Catherine of Russia. I am believing that if Catherine were still alive, the war between Ukraine and Russia wouldn't be this way. They might have their conflict, but based on the biological makeup of women, we nourish life. So we could look for a way to resolve whatever conflict that's taking life. So that is my own belief. If Catherine were around, she made an achievement by expanding the territory of Russia, the Russian we have today. We also have great women like the Shedek of Ethiopia. She's one of the Ethiopian current presidents today, And before this current time, we had Queen Yodit, who fought war for the Ethiopians. Now we also have in China, we have Wu Zetian. She was a great empress, and she achieved a lot for the Chinese people during her time. And then when we come to other African countries, we have like Okonjo-Iweala in Nigeria, and then we also have Joko Tabe of Japan, the first woman that climbed Mount Everest. We have Srimavo Bandaranaike. She was, because she's late now, the first female prime minister in Colombo. It's an island that shares the India Ocean boundary with the Indians. And then we have Valentina Tereshkova, the first female that went to space. Now, why are these ringing bells? It's not because men don't do that. But the thing is that what the world is trying to let us know is that there is a lot to living beyond the physical that we just see. And that makes it that whatever you and I as a woman appear in the mirror, we are beyond the physical. So we need to embrace our biology as well as our spirituality. Now, if you look at the history of these women I mentioned, some of them had humble background. Some of them, they had the willpower to fight, not because they are stronger than the men they met in battle or maybe in politics, but because they were able to identify who they are, what is their strength and their weakness in quote, as the word will put it, and what they want to achieve, and achieve not just for themselves, for the world. Now, I am calling on us because originally, biologically, we are imbued with an hormone that nourishes life. And so, whatever position the society or the culture might have instilled in us in terms of values and personality, we as women, we should know one thing, that we be able to achieve our freedom, our great potential, our success, if we begin to find out who are we, what is that drive that you and I have, and how are we expected to nourish it. Because based on our biological hormone, we are called to be mothers, to nourish life beyond giving birth biologically, meaning that whatever position we are standing, whatever position the society decides to place us, we should be able to embrace the uniqueness in us, whether it is whether it is the strength or the weakness. We should be able to identify it, to embrace it, as well as to nourish it, to defend it also. Because while you are trying to do that, I am trying to do that, there will be things to give us some challenges. So we are called to do that. I'm telling you from a practical experience. I come from an African culture where women are not being put at the forefront. We are not being given the opportunity to make decisions, because for the society, they believe that women, you only have value if you are married. You have value for the society, the family where you come from, or if you are even married when you have a child or even have a son biologically. So if you are not married, and or when you are married you don't have a child, or when you are married you don't have a son, because these are two different things, you don't have value in the society. I had to walk through that and struggle with it. And today I want to share that experience with you guys. Because while walking through that, you are going to walk alone. How? The other women might not give you the support because they want to, in quote, have the value the society calls value. Then I now came to live in a society whereby every woman tries to copy another person. So we became, we are being trained that, okay, our worth depends on when a man appreciates us. And then we become a competitive, I will not use the word animal, we become a competitive being within ourselves. It's good to look at something and, I appreciate what this person put, I would like to add it to who I am. But it is totally different when you say you want to totally copy who the person is. No, we are all unique. Even as women, while we are experiencing our, whatever we call it, menstrual cycle, stress, I will use menopause stress, and even the time of conception, or whatever we are experiencing as a woman, each of us don't experience it the same way. Come to think about it. Or I will use the word exactly the same way. Both the living and the dead who have the same, have you ever seen the same fingerprints? No. That is why we are called to know that we are unique. And then we have something beyond the physical, which is our spirituality. Whatever religion you practice, even if you don't practice any religion, as long as you know that you are beyond the physical, those are the things that will be of guide. Because if you read the history of some of those famous women I mentioned, they did not just wake up with their physical being as it is. They connect with their spiritual being. And we are not saying we are going to fight war in this modern time. No. What this course will help us to do is to help us to achieve our will, our full will, our potentials, that will give us that freedom and that success, even as bad as the economy, the politics is. Because when we are able to achieve it, that's when we can share it to others. If we don't achieve it, we can't share it. I have passed through pains, stress, and today I am here talking. So I want to share that with you. I worked alone for so many years. This experience is 38 years, ever since I begin to know things. And I walked deeply into it for the last 25 years. Because I lost my dad at the age of 16. And you know, we ladies, we have the affinity to our dad, and then we get to channel it psychologically to some people who met us, or some male, and they place us at the wrong position. Especially when you come up from a society like mine, whereby if you don't have a male figure to protect you, or when you are vulnerable, people use the opportunity to misbehave with you. So I went through a lot of all those experiences, and then I still, even at that, I identify myself. I still went through the process where after identifying myself, my personality, I don't know how to protect the parts the society call my weaknesses, and I encounter some stumbling blocks. Because what? I wasn't taught. I never had a male figure to teach me, these are some of the things you need to do. And when you meet your opposite counterpart, no. And then I have to learn from experience. And having learned that, there are also some things I wasn't taught. My values. How much am I worth? I didn't see that. And then it made me to also make some wrong choices or accept whatever comes my way. And then I had to fight through it in order for me to get the freedom I have today. In order for me to establish, have a free space to establish my potential, in order for me to be able to be successful and be able to share it to everyone there. That if we as women are able to reach this potential and be able to put it in whatever life career we so desire. Because as a woman, when we choose careers, we will not be choosing career because it's all lucrative. In fact, there's no career that is not lucrative. It's when we attempt the career that it is ours. We have that affinity. We have that spiritual instinct with that career. No matter the career, it becomes what? Lucrative. Because it is unique to us. Now I am calling on us women to give the chance for us to achieve this freedom, this success, this potential, by we identifying who we truly are, which we are going to be taking in 3 different stages. 1, identifying our unique, attractive who we are, accepting it. Even if it has some weaknesses, we have to accept it. And when we accept it, it involves we also protecting it. It will lead us to the part whereby we say that developing this unique, attractive who. It's beyond the physical, I will repeat again. And it's even beyond our psychology. It goes a long way to our instinct, our spirit. And that is why you see the above women I mentioned, even after they've left this world, what they did is still be felt. Because even Mother Teresa, because what? When we plan something positive, not just ourselves, the world benefits. And planting something positive, it comes with a lot of trials, because the world is not a perfect place. The economy and a lot of things are not favorable. So people might even come to bring us down. But the world will benefit, and there will be less of all this inflation, struggle, and stuff like that. If you take the history, take your time to read life of those women, you see that they were able to uphold a lot, even in the challenging time. And people who lived during their time, we are beneficial compared to what is happening today. I'm not saying men are not doing what they're supposed to do, but what I'm saying is that it is a natural, biological, and spiritual built in us that we are called to nourish life in every aspect and capacity whereby we find ourselves. Meaning we are to give it, sustain it. It's not meaning being mother biologically, but it means giving life in all way round. And then when we give life, of course, you know what it means to give life. When the air blows, when the rain falls, when the sun gives its rays, you know how you feel. A lot comes from giving life, and that is what we naturally have. And our so-called weakness, which the society decides to use for their benefit, and instigating some social rules that try to chain us, not to give us the freedom, is what we are to use and discover as our strength. So I indulge us today for those women who are still trying to search for their identity or ability to get their freedom, and those who are still looking for ways to be successful. I indulge us today to enroll in the course. We will all begin the step by step. I will take you not just through my studies, because I studied psychology and medical pathology, but from my 25 years life experience, which I even started experiencing from 38 years behind, because I'm 39 now. So ever since I became sensible a year older, I began to experience what it means for a woman to be in shackles. And it's not that I had to fight it by words. Sometimes the society doesn't give you opportunity to speak, and even when you speak, they don't listen to you. But your spirit, your willpower has to fight. And fighting doesn't mean you should kill. And fighting doesn't mean we should become competitive animals within ourselves. Fighting is passing through the storm and reaching ahead to what our spirit tells us. This is what we are meant to do. And then achieving this profession or career, feeling on top, excited, and then dishing out the benefit. I used to say that so that when you call your name, everything that exists will become to hear the echo of your name. Not just as it sounds physically, but it has a connection. And that is what we are. So I indulge us because I trust in us that we will begin. No matter, even those of us who have achieved our career, we still need to be part of this course, because the way we will attend to our career will be unique. And that is why I always title it Through Our Unique, Beautifully Attractive Who. When I ask the question, who are you? Who am I? It goes beyond my name. It means a lot about me. My biological, my psychological, my spiritual, my social. Call it. And I'm not saying that our society is bad based on the values they instill on women. No. That is what makes each society unique. You did not choose the society you are born into. I did not choose the family I'm born into. But we are called, neither did I choose my sex as a female, and I'm you. But we are called to walk through it and bring out the best, because the best in us always sparkles. So if we have attained our career, we still need to be part of this course so that we can still continue to give out the best. And if we are still struggling to get to be off that shackle, we need the course. So thank you. Stay tuned. We'll continue when you subscribe to the course. Bye for now.